It all started one quiet summer when I decided to build a small shed by my lake cabin to store tools, fishing gear, and other outdoor equipment. The cabin was nestled in a beautiful, remote area far from the noise of city life. I had checked the local zoning laws and HOA guidelines, and there was nothing that prohibited me from adding the shed. It was a simple, practical addition that made perfect sense for the property. However, I didn't realize just how tightly the Homeowners Association, HOA, kept control over every little detail of the neighborhood. Enter Karen, the self-appointed HOA enforcer who lived in the house next mine. She had always seemed a bit too concerned with other people's business, but I didn't think much of it until she came marching over one afternoon. With an air of superiority, she began lecturing me about how the shed violated the HOA's aesthetic guidelines, which she claimed were not publicly available but were apparently common knowledge. I tried explaining that I had followed all the regulations, but she wasn't having any of it. In typical Karen fashion, she threatened to call the police and claimed that I was committing an illegal act. I shrugged it off, thinking that would be the end of it. But later that evening, I received a call from the local sheriff's department. Karen had called 911, reporting an illegal structure on my property. At this point, I was irritated but determined not to let her disrupt my peaceful life. When the sheriff arrived, I calmly explained the situation, and he was understanding. He saw no reason for concern, but still had to investigate the matter. However, as he walked around the property, something strange happened. My K9, a trained German shepherd named Max, was exploring the yard. He suddenly began barking and ran toward a spot near Karen's property line. I followed him and saw Max digging furiously at the ground. To my surprise, he uncovered several large bags that were buried beneath the dirt. It wasn't just trash or garden waste, it was clear that the bags contained something much more suspicious. Upon further inspection, the sheriff found that Karen had been illegally storing stolen goods from multiple cabins in the area, all neatly hidden under the soil. It turns out that Karen wasn't just a busybody, she was also a thief, using her position on the HOA board to intimidate others while conducting her own illicit activities. The sheriff confiscated the goods, and Karen was arrested on multiple charges. In the end, not only did I get to keep my shed, but my K9 also uncovered the secret she had been hiding. The neighbors, who had always been skeptical of Karen's aggressive behavior, were relieved to learn the truth. As for me, I couldn't help but laugh at how the situation turned out. My loyal dog, Max, had helped expose the real criminal in the neighborhood.